Greetings, this is Queen at the Earth Lodge with Earth Speaks, and we are continuing on talking about the coronavirus lessons slash blessings slash trauma. Today we're focusing on the spiritual aspect, and I just want to reiterate, I'm not talking political, I'm not talking conspiracy, I'm not talking any of that right now, but I am talking about getting into our spirit, connecting to our spirit, and making this an internal process as much as possible. So today we're talking about fear and how this opportunity of fear has come up in everybody. It has come up as a global consciousness. It is something that we walk around with every day, and we mask it in so many different ways, whether it be with food, sex, drama, the regurgitation and recycling of trauma, drugs, alcohol, you name it. We have silenced it, but it still exists because fear is like a disease. It spreads. It permeates anything and everything. There was a video on YouTube the other day, and they just saw this guy running down the street like he was running for his life, and the people that saw him started to run out of their house, and then more people followed suit. They didn't even know what the situation was, why the guy was running, or where he was running to. So there is a dormancy and an overabundance of fear that sits embedded in the collective individual consciousness, family consciousness, community consciousness, and global consciousness that we all vibrate with and resonate with. So now that fear is up, it's come up, this is an opportunity to sit and write about, okay, the fear is up. It's coming up to come out. It's coming up to come into balance. So what is my personal fear about? For many of us, I'll dare to say all of us, there was fear inherited in the womb. It was mama's fear. It could have been grandma's fear. It could have been great-grandma's fear. So where is the origin of my fear? I don't have to trace it all the way back, but I do have to pluck that root. Where has fear been hiding out this whole time and has now come to the surface? Because this fear that we're experiencing is not a new fear. It's old fear activated by the coronavirus and all that it has stirred up in people. But when there is a stirring, when there is a stirring, things get unsettled. They're no longer compact and hidden in places that we may not recognize or places that we continue to suppress. So where is my fear coming from? Because it's old. And so this is an opportunity to sit down, light a candle, get in nature if you can. If you can't, bring a plant indoors and ask the plants to help you remember what it is that you're really afraid of. And you've been afraid, beloved, for all of your life. Or most of it anyway. And if there was an inheritance of excess fear, then that's all your life. Started with fear. You birthed in fear. We birthed in fear. Because there's one body here that we're talking about. So how can I reckon with my fear individually, bring it into balance so that it will have a rippling effect and change the frequency in my family and my community and ultimately on the globe,